Act 3, Scene 1, Padua, a garden on the Minola estate. Enter Lucentio as Cambio, Hortensio as Litio, and Bianca.
Fiddler forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Catherine welcomed you withal?
But, wrangling pedant, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as such.
Preposterous ass that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I'm no preaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here, sit we down. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ebat Samoes, hic est sagea tellus, hic cetredret preamit regia celse sehes.
Construe them.
Hic ebat, as I told you before, Samoes, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vincencio of Pisa. Sagea tellus, disguised thus to get your love, hic citerat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing, Priami, is my man Tranio, Regia, bearing my port, Sea sines, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the treble jars.
Bitten the whole man in tune again.
Now, let me see if I can stir it. Hic ebat, Simoes, I know you not. Hic es Singea tellus, I trust you not. Hic steterat preunmi, take heed he hear us not. Ragia, presume not. Salsa senis, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. Pediscule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Aeschylus was Ajax called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Litio, to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go a walk, and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait and watch with all, for, but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art, to teach you gamut in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I am past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut, I am the ground of all accord. A ray, to plead Hortensio's passion. Be me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. Sifaut, that loves with all affection. D sol re, one clef, two notes have I. Elami, show pity or I die. Call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I'm not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions.
Mistress, your father prays you to leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet masters, both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet, if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble to cast thy wandering eye on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Act 3, Scene 2, before Baptista's house in Padua. Enter Baptista, Gremio, Tranio as Lucentio, Catherine, Bianca, and Lucentio as Cambio. Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Catherine and Petruchio should be married. And yet, we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must, forsooth, be forced to give my hand, opposed against my heart, unto a mad-brain rudesby, full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man, he'll woo 1,000, point the day of marriage, make friends, invite, and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Catherine and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife, if it would please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Catherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
Would Catherine had never seen him, though.
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Master, news, oh, and such news as you never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Not news to hear of Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
No, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say, what to thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches, thrice turned, a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, another laced, an old rusty sword taken out of the town armory with a broken hilt and chapless, with 2 broken points, his horse hipped with an old mothy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, besides possessed with the glanders, and like to mose in the chine, troubled with the lamp-ass, infected with the fashions, full of wind-galls, sped with spavins, rayed with the yellows, past cure of the fives, stark spoiled with the staggers, benon with the bots, swayed in the back and shoulder-shotted, near-legged before, and with a half-checked bit and a headstall of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep him from stumbling, hath been often burst, and now repaired with knots, one girth 6 times pieced, and a woman's crupper of velour, which hath 2 letters for her name fairly set down in studs, and here and there pieced with packthread.
Who comes with them?
Oh, sir, his lackey, for all the world caparisoned like the horse, with a linen stock on one leg and a kersey boot hose on the other, gartered with a red and blue list, an old hat, and the humor of 40 fancies pricked in for a feather. A monster, a very monster in apparel, and not like a Christian footboy or a gentleman's lackey.
'Tis some odd humor pricks him to this fashion, yet oft times he goes but mean apparelled.
I'm glad he's come, howsoe'er he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who, that Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came!
No, sir, I say his horse comes, with him on his back.
It's all one.
Nay, by St. Jammy, I hold you a penny. A horse and a man is more than one, and yet not many.
Come, where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
Yet you halt not?
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better I should rush in thus? But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown. And wherefore gaze this goodly company as if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Sir, you know this is your wedding day. At first we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided. Why, doff this habit, shame to your estate, and eyesore to our solemn festival.
And tell us what occasion of import hath all so long detained you from your wife and sent you hither so unlike yourself.
Tedious it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word, though in some part enforced to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse as you shall be well satisfied withal. But where is Kate? I stay too long from her. The morning wears. 'Tis time we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber. Put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Oh, good sooth, even thus. Therefore, have done with the words. To me, she's married, not unto my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements, 'twere well for Kate and better for myself. Well, what a fool am I to chat with you when I should bid good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
He hath some meaning in this mad attire. We will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere he go to church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
But, sir, to love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship, I am to get a man, whate'er he be, it skills not much, will fit him to our turn, and we shall call him Vincenzio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua of greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good methinks to steal our marriage, which, once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into it and watch our vantage in this business. We'll overreach the graybeard Gremio, the narrow prying father Minola, the quaint musician Amorous Lizio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
The bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil's dam.
But she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Catherine should be his wife, I begogs wounds, quoth he, and swore so loud that, all amazed, the priest let fall the book. And as he stooped again to take it up, the mad-brained bridegroom took from him such a cuff that down fell the priest and book and priest. We'll take them up, quoth he, if any list.
What said the wench when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he called for wine. A heath, quoth he, and if he had been abroad carousing to his mates after a storm, quaffed off the mustatole, and threw the sops all in the Saxon's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly, and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that all at the parting all the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence from very shame. And after me, I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Hark, hark, I hear the minstrels play. Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today, and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but so it is. My haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
Is possible you will away tonight?
I must away today, before night comes. Make it no wonder. If you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you to stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me stay, but yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Romeo, my horse.
Aye, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Nay, then do what thou canst. I will not go today. No, nor tomorrow. Not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging whiles your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like he'll prove a jolly, surly groom that take it on you at the first so roundly.
Oh, Kate, content thee. Prithee, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Ay, marry, sir, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride! You that attend on her, go to the feast, revel, and domineer, carouse full measure to her maiden head. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattel, she is my house. My household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest, he that stops my way in Padua. Clario, draw forth my weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against 1,000,000.
Nay, let him go. Couple of quiet ones.
Went they not quickly, I should die with laughing.
The whole mad matches never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
But being mad herself, she's madly mated.
I warrant him, Petruchio is cated.
No, neighbors and friends, though bride and bridegroom wants for to supply the places at the table, you know there wants no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go. Woo. Act 4, Scene 1, the courtyard of Petruchio's country house. Enter Grumio.
Fie, fie on all tired jades, on all mad masters, and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so rayed? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before to make fire, and they are coming after to warm them. Now, were I not a little pot and soon hot, my very lips might freeze to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart to my belly, ere I should come by a fire to thaw me. But I, with blowing the fire, shall warm myself. For considering the weather, a taller man than I will take cold. Holla, ho, Curtis!
Who is that calls so coldly?
A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou may slide from my shoulder to my heel with no greater a run but my head and my neck. Fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, aye, Curtis, aye. And therefore, fire, fire. Cast on no water.
Is she so hot a shrew as she's reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowest winter tames man, woman, and beast, for it hath tamed my old master and my new mistress and myself, fellow Curtis.
Away, you 3-inch fool. I'm no beast.
Am I but 3 inches? Why, thy horn is a foot, and so long am I at the least. But wilt thou make a fire? Shall I complain on thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
A pretty good, Grumio. Tell me how goes the world.
A cold world, Curtis, in every office at night. Therefore, fire, Do thy duty and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
There's fire already, and therefore, good Grumio, the news.
Why, Jack boy, ho boy, and as much news as wilt thou.
Come, you are so full of coney catching.
Why, therefore, fire, for I have extreme cold. Where's the cook? Supper ready, house trimmed, brushes strewed, cobwebs swept, the serving men in their new fustian, white stockings, and every officer his wedding garment on. Be the Jacks fair within, the Jills fair without, the carpets laid, and everything in order.
Already, and therefore I pray thee news.
First, know my horse is tired, my master and my mistress fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles into the dirt, and therefore hangs a tail.
Let's hat, good Grumio.
Lend thine ear. There.
This is to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale. This cuff was but to knock at your ear and beseech listening. Now I begin. In Crimus, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse?
What's that to thee?
What, a horse?
Tell thou the tale. And hadst thou not crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, and she under her horse. Thou shouldst have heard in how miry a place, how she was bemoiled, how he left her with the horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore, how she prayed that never prayed before, how I cried, how the horses ran away, how her bridle was burst, how I lost my crupper, with many things of worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more shrew than she.
Aye, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when he comes home. But what talk I of this? Call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Nicholas, Philip, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be slickly combed, and their blue coats brushed, and their garters of an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horsetail till they kiss their hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Do you hear? Oh, you must mean my master to countenance my mistress.
Why, she hath a face of her own.
Who knows not that?
Now it seems that calls for company to countenance her.
I call them forth to credit her.
Why, she comes to borrow nothing of them.
Welcome home, Grumio.
How now, Grumio?
Grumio, fellow Grumio.
How now, old lad?
Welcome you. How now you, fellow you. Thus much for greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all ready and all things neat?
All things is ready. How near is our master?
In at hand, lighted by this, and therefore be not Puck's passion. Silence. I hear my master.
What be these knaves? What, no man at door to hold my stirrup nor to take my horse? Where's Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip?
Here.
Here, sir, here.
Here, sir, here, sir, here, sir, here, sir, you logger-headed and unpolished grooms. What, no attendance, no regard, no duty? Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain, you horse and malt horse drudge, did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpinked in the heel. There was a link to the color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from sheathing. There were none fine but Adam, Rafe, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet, as they are, here are they come to meet you.
Go, rascals, go and fetch my supper in. Oh, where's the life that late I led? Where are the... Sit down, Kate, and welcome. Food, 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 food. Why, when, I say? Nay, good, sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains, when? It was the friar of orders gray as he forth walked on his way. Out, you rogue, you plucked my foot awry. Take that, and mend the plucking of the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here. What, ho? Where's my spaniel Troilus? Sarah, get you hence and bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither. One, Kate, that you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash and welcome heartily. You horse and villain, will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray you. 'Twas a fault unwilling.
A horse and beetle-headed, flap-eared knave. Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or shall I? What's this? Mutton?
I?
Who brought it?
I?
'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you, villains, bring it from the dresser and serve it thus to me that love it not? There, take it to you, trenchers, cups, and all. You heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves. What? Do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well, if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and better 'twere that both of us did fast, since of ourselves are choleric, than feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended. And for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I will bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor. Where is he?
In her chamber, making a sermon of continency to her, and rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand nor look to speak, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, for he is coming hither.
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty, and till she stoop, she must not be full gorged, for then she never looks upon her lure. Another way I have to man my haggard, to make her come and know her keeper's call. That is, to watch her, as we watch these kites that bait and beat and will not be obedient. She ate no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed, and here I'll fling the pillow, and there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Aye, and amid this hurly I intend that all is done in reverend care of her. And in conclusion, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll round ball and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, now let him speak. 'Tis charity to shew.
Act 4, Scene 2, Padua, a park beside the Minilla estate. Enter Tranio as Lucentio and Hortensio as Litio.
Is it possible, friend Litio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
And now, mistress, profit you in what you read?
What master read you? First resolve me that.
I read that I profess the art to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
While you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick proceeders, marry. Now tell me, I pray, you that dost swear that your Mistress Bianca loved none of the world so well as Lucentio.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind. I tell thee, Litio, this is wonderful.
Mistake no more. I am not Litio, nor a musician as I seem to be, but one that scorned to live in this disguise, for such a one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion. Know, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio? I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness of her likeness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they kiss and court. Signor Lucentio, here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo her more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favors that I have fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the like unfeigned oath, never to marry with her, though she would entreat. Fie on her! See how beastly she doth court him.
Would all the world but he had quite forsworn. For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days pass, which hath as long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Lucentio. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love. And so I take my leave, and resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace as longeth to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have ta'en you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Litio.
I'faith, he'll have a lusty widow now that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
And he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio.
Faith, he is going unto the taming school.
The taming school? What, is there such a place?
Aye, mistress, and Petruchio is the master that teaches tricks 11 and 20 long to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
Oh, master, I have watched so long that I am dog weary. But at last I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill. Will serve the turn.
What is he, Biondello?
Master, marketant or a pedant, I know not what, but formal in apparel, in gait and countenance, surely like a father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to seem Vincentio and give assurance to Baptista Minola as if he were the right Vincentio. Take in your love and then let me alone.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest?
Oh, sir, at the farthest for a week or two, but then up farther and as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli, if God lend me life.
What country then, I pray?
Oh, of Mantua.
Of Mantua, sir. Mary God forbid! And come to Padua, careless of your life?
My life, sir?
Yeah.
How I pray, for that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone in Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, and the Duke, for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him, hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel but that you are newly come. You might have heard it else proclaimed about.
Oh, alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
Well, sir, to do you courtesy, this will I do, and this I will advise you. First, tell me, have you ever been to Pisa?
Aye, sir, in Pisa have I often been. Pisa renowned for grave citizens.
Among them, know you one Vincentio?
Oh, I know him not, but I have heard of him. A merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir. And sooth to say, in countenance somewhat resemble you.
Well,
As much as an apple doth an oyster, an old one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do you for his sake. And think it not the worst of your fortunes that you are like to Sir Vincentio. His name and credit you shall undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. Look that you take upon you as you should. You understand me, sir? So shall you stay till you have done your business in the city? If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
oh, sir, I do. And will repute you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand, my father is here looked for every day to pass assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
Act 4, Scene 3, a room in Petruchio's country house. Enter Catherine and Grumio.
No doubt, forsooth. I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What? Did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have a present alms. If not, elsewhere they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, with oaths kept waking, and with brawling fed. And that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it under name of perfect love. As who should say, if I should sleep or eat, it were deadly sickness, or else present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast. I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot?
It's passing good. I prithee, let me have it.
I fear it is too choleric a meat. How say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled?
I like it well. Good Grumio, fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
Oh, a dish that I do love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard is too hot a little.
Why then, the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Oh, nay then, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then, a mustard without the beef.
Go, get thee gone, thou false deluding slave! Thou feedst me with the very name of meat. Sorrow on thee, and all the pack of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say!
How fares my Kate? What, sweeting all amort?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith, as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits. Look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I am sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thanks. What? Not word? Nay, then, thou lovest it not, and all my pains assorted to no proof. Here, take away the dish.
Pray you let it stand.
Oh, the poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie, you are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I'll bear you company.
Eat it up all, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it unto thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace.
Oh.
And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things, with scarves and fans and double change of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou dined? The tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. What news with you, sir?
Here is the cap your worship did to speak.
Why, this was molded on a porringer. A velvet dish. Fie, this is lewd and filthy. Why, 'tis a cockle or a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it. Come, let me have a bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
When you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
This will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me, say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart, concealing it, will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please, in words.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well in that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the cap, and it I will have or I will have none.
Thy gown? Why, aye. Come, tailor, let us eat. Oh, mercy, God! What masking stuff is here? What's this? A sleeve? Just like a demi-cannon. What? Up and down, carved like an apple tart. Here's snip and nip and cut and slish and slash like to a censer in a barber shop. Oh, why, what's a devil's name, Taylor? Call'st thou this?
I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Nay, and did. But if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the time. Go, hop me over every kennel home, for you shall hop without my custom, sir. I'll none of it. Hence, make your best of it.
I never saw a better fashioned gown, more quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you, like you mean to make a puppet of me.
Why, true, he means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, thou yard, 3/4, half yard, quarter, nail! Thou flea, thou nit, thou winter cricket, thou! Braved in mine own house with a skein of thread? Away, thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant, or I shall so bemeet thee with thy yard as thou shalt think on prating whilst thou livest. I tell thee, that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be done.
No order. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face not me. Thou hast braved many men. Brave not me. I will neither be faced nor braved. I say unto thee, I bid thy master cut out the gown. But I did not bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is the note of fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in his throat if he say I said so.
In primis, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said loose-bodied gown, sew me in the skirts of it and beat me to death with a bottom of brown thread. I said, a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Ah, there's the villainy.
Error in the bill, sir, error in the bill. I commanded the sleeves should be cut out and sewed up again. And that I'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I had thee in place where thou shouldst knowest it.
I am for thee straight. Take thou the bill. Give me thy meat yard. Spare not me.
Oh, God a mercy, Grumio, then he shall have no odds.
Well, sir, in brief, the gown is not for me.
You are in the right, sir. 'Tis for my mistress.
Go, take it up unto thy master's use.
Villain, not for thy life. Take up my mistress' gown for thy master's use.
Why, sir, what's your conceit in that?
Oh, sir, the conceit is deeper than you think for. Take up my mistress' gown for his master's use? Oh, fie, fie, fie.
Hortensio, say thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, take it hence. Begone and say no more.
Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say. Commend me to thy master.
Well, come, my Kate, we will unto your fathers, even in these honest, mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich. And as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor peereth in the meanest habit. What? Is the jay more precious than the lark because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin contents the eye? Oh, no, good Kate. Neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array. If thou account'st it shame, lay it on me, and therefore frolic. We will hence forthwith to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, call my men, and let us straight to him, and bring our horses unto Long Lane End. There will we mount, and thither walk on foot. Let's see. I think 'tis now some 7 o'clock. And well, we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look what I speak, or do, or think to do. You are still crossing it. Sirs, let alone. I will not go today, and ere I do, it shall be what o'clock I say it is.
Why, so this gallant will command the sun.
Act 4, Scene 4, Padua, before Baptista's house. Enter Tranio as Lucentio and the merchant dressed like Vincencio.
Sir, this is the house. Please it you that I call.
Aye, what else? And but I be deceived, Signor Baptista may remember me near 20 years ago in Genoa, where we were lodgers at the Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold your own in any case, with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warrant you. Oh, but here comes your boy. 'Twere good he were schooled.
Fear you not him. Sirrah Biondello, now do your duty thoroughly, I advise you. Imagine 'twere the right Vincencio.
Tut, fear not me.
But hast thou done thy errand to Baptista?
I told him that your father was at Venice and that you looked for him this day in Padua.
Thou art a tall fellow. Hold thee that to drink. Here comes Baptista. Set your countenance, sir. Signor Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this gentleman I told you of, I pray you stand good father to me now. Give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft, son. Sir, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some debts, my son Lucentio made me acquainted with a weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good report I hear of you, and for the love he beareth to your daughter, and she to him, to stay him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched. And if you please to like no worse than I, upon some agreement, me shall you find ready and willing, with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious, I cannot be with you, Signor Baptista, of whom I hear so well.
Sir, pardon me in what I have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me well. Right true it is, your son Lucentio here doth love my daughter, and she loveth him. Or both dissemble deeply in their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with him and pass my daughter a sufficient dower, the match is made. And all is done. Your son shall have my daughter with consent.
I thank you, sir. Where then do you know best we be affied in such assurance ta'en, as shall with either part's agreement stand?
Not in my house, Lucentio, for pitchers have ears, and I have many servants, and besides, old Gremio is hearkening still, and happily we might be interrupted.
Then at my lodging, and it like you. There doth my father lie, and there this night we'll pass this business privately and well. Send for your daughter by your servant there. My boy shall fetch the scrivener presently. The worst is this, that at so slender warning, you are like to have a thin and slender pittance.
It likes me well. Cambio, are you home? And bid Bianca make her ready straight. And if you will, tell what hath happened. Lucentio's father is arrived in Padua, and how she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
I pray the gods she may with all my heart.
Dally not with the gods, but get thee gone. Signor Baptista, shall I lead the way? Welcome, one mess is like to be your cheer. Come, sir, we will better it in Pisa.
I follow you.
Cambio.
What sayest thou, Biondello?
You saw my master wink and laugh upon you?
Biondello, what of that?
Faith, nothing, but has left me here behind to expound the meaning or moral of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughter is to be brought by you to the supper.
And then...
The old priest at St. Luke's Church is at your command at all hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot tell, except they're busy about a counterfeit assurance. Take you assurance of her cum privilegio ad imprimendum solum. To the church take the priest, clerk, and some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not what you look for, I have no more to say, but bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biondello?
I cannot tarry. I know a wench married in an afternoon as she went to the garden for parsley to stuff a rabbit, and so may you, sir. And so adieu, sir. My master hath appointed me to go to St. Luke's to bid the priest be ready to come against you with your appendix.
I may, and will, if she be so contented. She will be pleased. Then wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about her. It shall be hard if Cambio go without her.
Act 4, Scene 5, a road leading to Padua. Enter Petruchio, Catherine, and Hortensio.
Come on, in God's name, once more toward our fathers. Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon? The sun! It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star or what I list, or ere I journey to your father's house. Go on and fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please. And if you please to call it a rush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then you lie. It is the blessed sun.
God be blessed, it is the blessed sun. But sun it is not, even when you say it is not. And the moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is. And so it shall be for Catherine.
Petruchio, go thy ways, the field is won.
Well, forward, forward. Thus the bowl should run, and not unluckily against the bias. But soft, company is coming. Good morrow, gentle mistress. Where away? Tell me, sweet Kate, and tell me truly too, hast thou beheld a fresher gentlewoman? Such war of white and red within her cheeks? What stars do spangle heaven with such beauty as those two eyes become that heavenly face? Fair, lovely maid, once more good day to thee. Sweet Kate, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
He will make the man mad to make the woman of him.
Young budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away, or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child, happier the man whom favorable stars allots thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why? How now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad. This is a man, old, wrinkled, faded, withered, and not a maiden as thou sayest he is.
An old father, my mistaking eyes that have been so bedazzled by the sun that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray thee, for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest. If along with us, we shall be joyful of the company.
Well, fair sir, and you, my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio, my dwelling Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine, which long I have not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, good gentle sir.
Happily met, the happier for thy son. And now by law as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father, the sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son by this hath married. Wonder not, nor be not grieved. She is of good esteem, her dowry wealthy and of worthy birth. Beside, so qualified as may beseem the spouse of any noble gentleman. Let me embrace with old Vincentio, and wander we to see thy honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
But is this true? Or is it else your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along and see the truth hereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, and if she be froward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Act 5, Scene 1, Padua, before Lucentio's house. Enter on one side Biandello, Lucentio as himself, and Bianca. Enter Gremio on another side.
Swiftly and softly, sir, for the priest be ready.
I fly, Biandello, but they may chance to need thee at home, therefore leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church at your back, and then come back to my masters as soon as I can.
I marvel Cambio comes not all this while.
Sir, here's the door. This is Lucentio's house. My father's bears more toward the marketplace. Thither must I, and here I leave you, sir.
You shall not choose but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome here, and by all likelihood, some cheer is toward.
They're busy within. You had best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as he would be down the gate?
Is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
Oh, what if a man bring him £100 or two to make merry withal, huh?
Keep your £100 to yourself. He shall need none so long as I live.
Oh, nay, I told you your son was well beloved in Padua. Do you hear, sir? To leave frivolous circumstances, I pray you tell Signor Lucentio that his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Ha! Thou liest! His father is come from Padua and here looking out at the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? Why, this is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe he means to cousin somebody in this city under my countenance.
I have seen them in the church together. God send them good shipping. But who is here? Mine own master, Vincentio. Now we're undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crack hemp.
I hope I may choose, sir.
Come hither, you rogue. What? Have you forgot me?
I forgot you. No, sir, I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in all my life.
You notorious villain! Didst thou never see thy master's father, Vincentio?
What, my old worshipful old master? Yes, marry, sir. See where he looks out of the window.
Oh, is it so indeed?
Go! Oh, help! Help! Here's a madman will murder me!
Help, son! Help, Signor Battista!
Prithee, Kate, let's stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you that offer to beat my servant?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! A silken doublet, a velvet hose, oh, a scarlet cope, and a Copatian hat. Oh, I am undone. I am undone. While I play the good husband at home, my son and my servant spend all at the university.
Oh, now, what's the matter?
What, is the man lunatic?
Sir, you seem a sober ancient gentleman by your habit, but your words show you a madman. Why, sir, what cerns you if I wear pearl and gold? I thank my good father I'm able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain, he is a sailmaker in Bergamo.
You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I have brought him up ever since he was 3 years old, and his name is Tranio.
Away, away, mad ass. His name is Lucentio, and he is mine only son, and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio? Oh, he hath murdered his master. Oh, lay hold on him. I charge you in the Duke's name. Oh, my son, my son. Tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer. Carry this mad knave to the jail. Father Baptista, our charge you see that he be forthcoming.
Carry me to jail?
Stay, officer, he shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Signor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, and let your conic catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it.
Then thou wert best say that I am not Lucentio.
Yes, I know thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Away with the dotard, to the jail with him.
Oh, thus strangers may be hailed and abused. Oh, monstrous villain!
We are spoiled, and yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or else we are all undone.
Pardon, sweet father.
Oh, lives my sweet son.
Pardon, dear father.
How hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here is Lucentio, a right son to the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eyne.
He's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
There is that damned villain Tranio, that faced and braved me in this matter so.
Wait, but tell me, is not this my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town, and happily I have arrived at the last, and to this wished haven of my bliss, that Tranio did myself enforced him to do. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to the jail.
But do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Oh, fear not, Baptista. We will content you. Go to, but I will in to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianca. Thy father will not frown.
My cake is dough, but I'll in amongst the rest, out of hope of all but my share of the fest.
Husband, let's follow to see the end of this ado.
First kiss me, Kate, and we will.
In the midst of the street?
What, art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir. God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Why then, let's home again. Come, Sarah, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss. Now pray thee, love, stay.
Is not this well? Come, my sweet Kate, better once than never, for never too late.
Act 5, Scene 2, a banquet hall in Lucentio's house. Enter Baptista, Vincencio, Gremio, the merchant, Lucentio and Bianca, Hortensio and the widow, Petruchio and Catherine, Tranio, Biondello, and Grumio.
At last, though long our jarring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done, to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, while I with self-same kindness welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, sister Caterina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray you, sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Very well mended. Kiss him for that, good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate.
To her, widow.
100 marks, my Kate does put her down.
Oh, that's my office.
Spoke like an officer. Hat to thee, lad.
How likes Gremio, these quick-witted folks?
Believe me, sir, they butt well together.
Head and butt, and hasty-witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, Mistress Bride, hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frightened me, therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you shall not. Since you have begun, have at you for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush, and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You are welcome all.
She hath prevented me. Here, Signor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not. Therefore, a health to all that shot and missed.
Oh, Sir Lucentio, slip me like his greyhound, which runs himself and catches for his master.
A good, swift simile, but something currish.
'Tis well, sir, that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at a bay.
Oh, Petruchio, Tranio hits you now.
I thank thee for that, good Tranio.
Confess, hath he not hit you there?
He has a little galled me, I confess. And as the jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10-1 it maimed you two outright.
Now, in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And therefore, for assurance, let's each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first when he doth send for her shall win the wager which we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'll venture so much of my hawk or my hound, but 20 times as much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match, 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biendello, bid your mistress come to me.
I go.
Son, I'll be your half, Bianca comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself.
Ooh.
How now? What news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she is busy and she cannot come.
Oh, she's busy and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, so your wife send you not a worse.
Oh, I hope a better.
Sirrah Biondello, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her. Nay, then she must needs come.
I am afraid, sir, do what you can. Yours shall not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Worse and worse, she will not come. Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sirrah Gremio, go to your mistress. Say I command her come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there an end.
Now, by my Aldem, here comes Katerina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, and bring them hither straight.
Here is a wonder if you talk of a wonder.
So it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Merry peace it bodes, and love, and quiet life, and awful rule, and right supremacy, and, to be short, what not that's sweet and happy.
Now, fair befall thee, good Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns. Another dowry to another daughter, for she is changed as she had never been.
Nay, I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. See, where she comes, and brings your froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble, throw it underfoot.
Lord, never let me have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what a foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, have cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Catherine, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, you're mocking. We will have no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall, and first begin with her.
Fie, fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, while thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel and graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war when they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, you froward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart as great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws, our strength as weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most, which we indeed least are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if you please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.
My, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, for thou shalt have it.
'Tis a good hearing when children are toward.
But a harsh hearing when women are froward.
Come, Kate, we'll to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white, and being a winner, God give you good night.
Now go thy ways. Thou hast tamed a cursed shrew.
'Tis a wonder by your leave that she will be tamed so.
We hope you enjoyed our reading of The Taming of the Shrew. Let's call back our players. Jason Rennie, Taylor Marr, Ben Birmingham, Megan Wells, Ron Dorn, Dave Demke, Mark Tracy, Emily Redmond Hall, Julie Grossman, Nancy Pasquale, Spencer Frederick, Elizabeth Juvenal, John Eddings, Hadley Hulka, and I'm Mary Carrick. Please join us next time for Titus Andronicus.